Hi there, and welcome to the Magic Show. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can increase accuracy of your own chatbot. So yesterday I installed this thing at docs.aista.com. You go to docs.aista.com. There's a link in the description of this YouTube video, and you click chat with this website. And you're basically chatting with the website. So now I can ask questions such as what is hyper lambda, right? And then the request is going to go to OpenAI and our own custom machine learning model that is based upon DaVinci, and it's been trained by scraping our website. I've shown this in previous videos. Here's my Magic Cloudlet. I go to Manage, I go to Machine Learning. And I create my own model, and I just click import training data, and I point it to my website here. And then it's going to automatically crawl my website for data and information, and it's going to end up giving me a chatbot that allows me to talk with my website. Now, since I created the chatbot initially yesterday, I've gotten a lot of really interesting questions, and that is actually part of the point, because I knew that the chatbot was going to fail, like, you know, a lot of the times, more than 50% of the times. It gave rubbish answers. However, since Magic has the ability to cache questions, right, I can actually see what types of questions my users were asking. Here you can see where is Aista located, right? What's the price of Magic Cloudlet, etc., etc. So Magic caches both the question and the answer that OpenAI provides to that particular question. So this allowed me to see what types of questions people were asking, in addition to correcting the answers provided by OpenAI and their ChatGPT, for them to reiterate training and train my model additional times on top of the base model I started out with training. So let's see how accurate it actually is now. Right, so what's the price of a cloudlet? The price of a cloudlet depends upon how much resources you need. We have many different tiers of cloudlets, and the price for each of these tiers varies. The cheapest cloudlet will cost you 491 euros in installation and 198 euros per month after that. That is the perfect answer, 100% perfect. Who owns Aista? Aista is a privately held company in Cyprus, and it's owned by Thomas Hansen, who is its CEO. Well, currently that's about 90% accurate. Where is Aista located? Aista is located in Cyprus, a few minutes away from the capital of Cyprus, Nicosia. We are a small company with a handful of employees. We're spread out across the world, but we have small offices in Cyprus. That is like 90% correct. We're outside of Limassol, not outside of Nicosia. What can I do with the task scheduler? The task scheduler allows you to schedule tasks to be executed at some point in the future, either once or repeatedly well, now it starts repeating itself. It also allows you to create tasks that are executed, and this is like, it's not like wrong, but it's not like accurate either. This is like 80%. What can I do with HyperID? HyperID allows you to create and edit code for any of your modules, in addition to your own modules that might be created using Magic source code repository. This is like 80% correct. What is SQL Studio? SQL Studio is a graphical database management tool allowing you to manage your databases and execute SQL towards any MySQL, PostgreSQL, SQL Server, SQLite, or SQLC database. Visually and graphically design your database, graphical user interface, and it allows you to create SQLite databases. This is like 90% correct. As far as I know, we don't have SQLC database support unless it's transparently working with the SQL Server database adapters. That might be for the record. Hyperlambda is a declarative programming language, 100% accurate. Does Magic offer a log component? 100% accurate. Is Magic open source? 100% accurate. How do I get started with Magic? You need, this is like 50% correct. It's not even, this is 10% correct. This is flat out wrong. What primary features does is the Magic Cloud have? Is it allows you to create your own software development automation code? It's kind of a weird sentence, isn't it? Using Hyperlemon and Magic software development automation parts. This allows you to create your own software development automation code using, okay, this is like 10% correct. Does AISTA have machine learning component? Yes, Magic Cloud contains a machine learning component, 100% accurate. Can I create my own chatbot with AISTA? 100% correct. Does AISTA offer hosting of Magic? Yes, we do. However, we do not recommend hosting Magic yourself. Well, this is kind of like answering a different question than what the user actually asked. But still, it's like 100% correct. But I'd say the accuracy of this answer is 90%. So all in all, I got the bot up to like an accuracy rate of 90% by, first of all, changing from Curie to DaVinci. Second of all, training the model twice. And the second time I trained it, I based it upon questions that users were asking, the relevant questions. I, of course, ignored the questions such as what is a banana and stuff like that. So, but all in all, this allowed me to increase the accuracy level of the chatbot up from like 50% to somewhere around 90%. Let's try to ask it some other questions. Let's look at the website, what we can actually ask it. Okay, does Magic support PostgreSQL, right? That's a relevant question that typically users might ask before they're willing to commit to a commercial offer. And yes, Magic supports PostgreSQL, and you can use the database part to connect the PostgreSQL database. Okay, it could have stopped here. Still 100% correct, but it also applied irrelevant data. Does Magic support SQL Server? Yes, Magic support and allows you to connect to an SQL Server. In addition, create, modify, delete, and read SQL. Okay, could have stopped here too, I guess. But it's a 100% correct answer. Does Magic support SQLite? Right, these are typical support questions our users might ask before they're willing to commit to actually purchasing a cloudlet. And actually the chatbot is now at like a 90% accuracy level. Does Magic support my SQL? And now OpenAI crashed. When this happens, it's because OpenAI crashes, literally. It doesn't have anything to do with Magic. So, but all in all, I managed to, by reiteratively training and choosing DaVinci instead of Curie, which actually costed me $30 to train upon, I need to emphasize. I had almost 800 snippets, which I was training on top of. So, but all in all, I was able to increase accuracy level from like 50% in its original state up to somewhere around 90% by retraining my model. And of course, this works the way you go into manage, you go into machine learning, you start out by, you create your own new model, right? So let's create a blah, blah, blah here. And then I now have a base model that's based upon DaVinci. I can now train it by https://microsoft.com. I provide my website here. I'm not going to do that, of course. Now, then I get a bunch of training data, and I can start training, which implies pushing my training data to OpenAI, which results in a baseline model, which is probably going to be no more than 50% correct. And then as users ask questions, everything is cached, right? Then I can edit this particular answer and or question 2 for that matter. I can check out train, I can click save, which point this particular training data snippet becomes part of my next training batch. So all in all, this allowed me to increase accuracy from like 50% to 90%. However, you do need to monitor your chatbot. I need to emphasize that because initially most of the answers it is going to provide to your users are going to be rubbish. And you actually might want to also explicitly train the model before you make it publicly available by testing it here and asking it a couple of questions to simply sanity check it, such as, for instance, is ISTA located in Cyprus, right? I mean, that would be an answer it should answer yes to, and it did, right? So, 100% correct, I guess. And then, of course, as you're asking it initial questions, you go into cache, and then you edit the answer, and you can retrain it over and over again before you make the chatbot publicly available. When you are ready to make the chatbot publicly available, you just click on your model here, ISTA_chat, configure, and copy JS, and you got the JavaScript inclusion HTML code required to end up with this. So, and if you look at this, the way it was implemented, if I now look at my HTML page, now I literally simply included a JavaScript file here, whoops, view page source, which you can see here. So the chatbot can be included on any website you have, WordPress, Wix, Shopify, whatever website you have, you can get this thing on your website with zero code. Anyways, thank you for watching. That was it for today. Have a nice day.